Introducing a new podcast. Karen Hunter is awesome.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're gonna love me. And Karen Hunter is awesome. Hey, this is Karen Hunter, host of the Karen Hunter Show on SiriusXM's Urban View. Karen Hunter is awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and energy and knowledge and power. A 1-2 punch that I don't think you get anyplace else. Tell the truth. So check out the podcast wherever you get your podcast. You will not be disappointed.
Karen Hunter is awesome. A new podcast from Karen Hunter.
I was excited to talk with you about a bunch of stuff because we are in a particular time, and I'm getting a lot of angst and just nervousness and concern and sadness. People really, really hurt at their core by people fulfilling their promises.
That's right.
I mean, they said they were going to do this.
That's
I don't know. Like what? I don't know what the there I am.
There you are.
I don't know what the problem is. You know, wait, where are we? Wait, let me move this over so we can see some of this. There we look. You see? Yeah. I gotta make sure I'm taking care of you. So let's start with history, because you teach Africana studies and among other things. The Air Force removing the lessons on Black World War II pilots, specifically the Tuskegee Airmen, in an initiative to block DEI. Trump has told the U.S. Air Force to remove materials on the role of Black and women pilots during World War II from its training program. So when people come into the Air Force, they will not hear about the men and women that actually won the war for the United States of America. The military officials said immediate steps were taken to remove material to ensure compliance with the U.S. president's order. He signed an executive order banning programs in federal government. Of course, we know about that, and some of you are impacted. But to remove the lessons of the Tuskegee Airmen, a group of about 1,000 pilots who were trained at a segregated air base in Alabama between 1941 and 1946. They flew hundreds of patrol and attack missions during World War II. Many were credited with the surrender.
Absolutely.
during World War II, because those Black pilots were also lessons on women in the Air Force have been removed. The WASPs from lesson plans as well. Female pilots were vital in transporting new planes bound for fighting in Europe from the factories where they were produced. Their stories will be removed. Their contribution, of course, was later recognized and their burial in Arlington National Cemetery, which is reserved for military personnel. What is this? What is the goal here, Dr. Black?
To reconstruct American history, to rewrite the narrative, and to make sure that people of color, to make sure that women, to make sure that anybody who's in any group other than white supremacists do not take precedent in terms of the history of this country. That's the only thing this is, and that's the only thing it could be. What's so crazy and what's so dangerous about it is the backlash of this is you're promising a dumber public, and if you're not very careful, you're going to strategize yourself into losing everything you think you've ever gained. Because the story of the Tuskegee Airmen is really half the reason we won World War II in the first place.
Correct. So walk us through. So I'm thinking, my mother grew up in a time when no one was talking about the Tuskegee Airmen. Right. Except, well, no, that's not true. She went to Lucy Laney High School in Augusta, Georgia. They probably were talking about the Tuskegee Airmen, right? Because segregated schools honored the people that did. So we're in a place. We're in a weird place.
It's a tough place. And in fact, I heard, and I have to verify this, so let me say this before I say this. But I just saw a news clip just 10 minutes before we got on here that there were some stores here in Atlanta where folks got to the stores today and there were white-only signs.
No.
Posted, yeah.
No.
Now, this may not be true, but I saw it online. Maybe it's a hoax,
no.
but I saw it. I saw it as a news story. And the owner, it wasn't the owner who put it up. It was some white supremacist groups who putting up these signs. But the point is that they feel emboldened to do so.
Yes.
That's the point.
Interesting. Well, the other part of it, and this is the part that's really sad for me, is that a new study just came out that Americans are dumber than they've ever been, which is a tough thing because, we went through some dark periods. But, I'm going to
Hard
get to this in a
day.
second. As both of us as educators, and I saw it. I saw it in the classroom. I was like, we're in trouble.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
There was a period, there was like 3 or 4 years where I was like, oh, we might actually come out of this. And then COVID happened. And then I was like,
and COVID. Woo.
ooh, this is bad. This is bad. These kids. Ooh. And they're sensitive. On top of being
On top of that.
you can't even challenge them to be smarter.
No.
Without
No.
hurting their
The
feelings,
challenge
they
is an
will
insult.
They'll report you. What do you
Listen,
mean? Oh my
I'm
God. I was like,
telling
I
you.
gotta get out of here.
Woo, I'm trying to hang in, but listen, my days are numbered because I have students now who have asked me questions like things I've just never even conceived in life. And some students can get bad grades and it doesn't move them at all.
It's your fault. I don't have to work harder. And it's hard right now if you're a parent to tell your child to work harder because there are people literally failing upwards. People who have qualifications to do anything, running our military.
That's right.
How do you make the argument that if you just, work hard, you don't have to work hard. You don't have to work. Donald Trump didn't work hard at all. No. Hands soft as a baby's bottom. Never worked hard a day in his life.
And that's why history is so critical. And that's why even the studying of history as symbols is so important. Because did Elon Musk throw up his arm like?
Yes.
See, if you don't know the symbol, a person wouldn't get it.
It doesn't matter, Dr. Black. Knowing the symbol didn't change the fact that this man felt he could do Sig Heil.
But the point is that a person has to know what it means.
It doesn't matter. I'm having these discussions with people like outraged, and I'm like, he did it because he could do it, and there's nothing you can do about it. And you can be mad, and we can call it what it is. It is what it is. He doesn't care that you call him a Nazi. He comes out of white apartheid. He comes out of horrible apartheid, and he's proud of that.
And
his mother was a Nazi. His mother, he is not running away from who he is. He's the richest man in the world. Who's going to check him?
Who's going to check him? And what mechanisms do we have to reprimand him? Gosh. Woo!
All right.
That's rough.
Smith said, so maybe there is something we could do. So over the weekend, the big story was Tuskegee, and I actually want to play a clip from a Tuskegee Airman, and there's only a handful left, if there's two. But USA Today just reported that they are going to return the Tuskegee footage to the training video. But again, a lot of this, I was just telling somebody who called me in a panic over something that was happening. I said, kill, steal, destroy. That is the edict for the enemy. Kill, steal, and destroy. And it's on a loop. It's on a loop. That's their assignment. So if you can be off your square because you're upset by the actions of somebody who's there to knock you off your square, then they have won. They have won. Right. I said, by June, there's going to be a different narrative because, they'll go on to the next thing. They're just here to go to and fro, create havoc. This is getting us all upset. The Tuskegee. Oh my God. And then they're like, all right, we'll put it back in. Did we make enough people upset? Okay, no. All right, let's do the next thing. Let's shackle people like they were in bondage and show them on camera. He's telling people to show up and dress a certain way. He's got the people that are being deported shackled the way our ancestors were shackled and shuffling onto but it's Brazil
and dragging them out of literally grabbing them and dragging them like my God.
It feels very familiar.
Yes.
But what's the goal here? Terror, right?
That's right. Plant seeds of
God.
chaos in the minds of the fearful. Absolutely.
And at the same time, Dr. Black, and here's what's really sad, is so many of us are like, good, if they're here illegally. I've seen this on my YouTube page in the comments, which is, again, a knuckle-dragging space. Oh, it's good. Well, that's what they get. And if they voted for Trump, that's what they get. And I was like, yeah, but the people who might not have voted for him, who happen to look, some of y'all looking like them. Hispanic.
Absolutely.
Mother freakers, y'all, I'm questionable some days. The way I wear my hair, shoot.
Plus, when evil starts, it does not name its predators. It does not name its victims. Evil doesn't name its victim. It gets started and then it just runs. Evil will grab anything possible to perpetuate itself. So my fear is not just, and of course I was born here and all that. That doesn't have that have nothing to do with nothing else. Because the point is, they will grab anybody. It's the same way that folks thought in the 17th and 18th century that if I just get north, I'm free, I'm good. No, you weren't good. In fact, you could have been born free and end up a slave. Come on now.
Ask Samuel Northup, 12 years of his life. And again, there's thought that maybe we should be carrying our passports. So we got to now carry papers? Are we in South Africa? Probably.
Maybe.
This is how it starts. Maybe we're all going to have to carry our papers. There are people being snatched up that are American citizens.
That's right.
And they're not asking you, if you don't, who's walking around with their papers? Your driver's license is not enough. Your birth certificate, you may have to carry your birth certificate with you. And if you don't have your birth certificate, how do you prove it? So your ass is on a plane to Colombia. America, what? How? I served this country. There were military people served this country on a plane to Colombia, to Mexico.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. Is it? But we kind of said it was going to happen. I'm baffled by the people who are shocked that this is happening when there's a whole manifesto that said this is what we were going to do.
When we first started, you said something that is the thing, and we don't want to admit it, and I don't want to either, but it's true. The man said he was going to do it.
I believed him.
That's the thing. Most of us did not. In fact, we believed he couldn't.
So here's
right there.
As soon as the Supreme Court gave immunity to the president of the United States, I knew that this was a tee up, not for Biden, but for him, which also told me that this was going to happen. I didn't want to say it, but this had to happen or you wouldn't have done this. This Supreme Court wouldn't have handed ultimate power to Kamala Harris.
That's right.
Wasn't going to give it to, Biden didn't even use it the way he could have.
That's right.
And then to have the Senate, to have the House, to have the Supreme Court, all three branches of the government, there's no check and balance. There's nothing to check this. And he undid a lot of Biden stuff in the first 2 days.
That's, oh my God.
Yeah.
In a day you undid what took that man months and years to, oh my God, Lord have mercy.
Well, isn't that destruction is so much easier? Just boop, hit a button, blow things up. To build something may take you 2 years, 20 years to build the Pyramid of Giza. But to destroy that thing, that's a few hours.
That's right.
And some explosives.
That's right. And what this administration knows is too many, it's not everybody, but too many Americans agree.
Yeah.
It's not just Trump.
Yeah. No, the majority. So, and coupled with the fact that we're wildly ignorant. It's like the ignorance and the confidence, despite your ignorance. Most of us who don't know things, we're usually quiet and demure around the things we don't know because we don't want to be embarrassed. There's no embarrassment.
None.
It's bold ignorance. None. Bold ignorance.
That's the definition of white supremacy. That's the definition of white supremacy. Bold ignorance.
Oh my God. So I'm gonna give some facts and stats, and I'm gonna hope that maybe we can turn the intellectual prowess around, and that shouldn't be a dirty word. And I'm no longer gonna tippy toe on your feelings. If you don't know stuff, do better.
That's right.
Don't call. You're not gonna be able to talk. You can't talk to me if you don't know enough.
We don't even have time to entertain that.
Introducing a new podcast. Karen Hunter is awesome.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're gonna love me. And Karen Hunter is awesome. Hey, this is Karen Hunter, host of the Karen Hunter Show on SiriusXM's Urban View. Karen Hunter is awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and energy and knowledge and power. A 1-2 punch that I don't think you get anyplace else. Tell the truth. So check out the podcast wherever you get your podcast. You will not be disappointed.
Karen Hunter is awesome. A new podcast from Karen Hunter.